Kamusta everyone, I'm GYO-U, your friendly neighborhood Xborg main, and today, oh boy, today we're diving into probably the best update for Xborg we've seen in a long time. No joke, this might actually bring our flamethrower boy back into the meta. But first, quick disclaimer, this patch isn't live on the original server yet. Big shout out to Kazuki Official for the info. If you wanna see the full patch notes, go check out his vid. But for now, we're only talking about Xborg. So if you're here for that, stick around. Alright, let's not waste time. Let's talk about what's coming in patch 1.984 for Xborg. There are only two main changes here, but trust me, they're juicy. The goal is to make Xborg way more relevant in the mid to late game. First is that devs increased Xborg's ultimate, Last Insanity, on the number of rotations. When this update goes live, his ultimate's number of spins is getting doubled, from 7 to 14 rotations. But, there's always a but, the damage per rotation gets cut in half. Note that there was no mention on the duration, so I'd assume that it stays the same. At first this sounds kinda mid, right? Like, why even bother? But hold up, there's more to it, and it gets spicy later. And the final update sounds simple, but it's a huge game changer. What's new is that, during his ultimate, Xborg won't absorb Viraga supplies anymore. But after his ult ends, when he's armorless, he'll absorb all nearby supplies in one go. Now we don't know the exact absorption range yet, but my guess, probably the same as his fire missiles when he's armorless. Now, let's break down the update in a pros and cons style. Let's start with the pros. One is that this creates better zoning potential for Xborg. The more spins he has, the more space control he gets. 2 is that passive stacks will now be easier to max. Since there are 14 spins, it's easier to reach 6 stacks, which is the max, giving Xborg more chances to deal true damage. 3 is that Viraga supplies drop more frequently. In fact, they're doubled, and this right here is the real game changer. Since one Viraga supply drops after reaching 6 passive stacks, and now we have 14 rotations, this means you'll get 2 supplies for every enemy hero you hit. So if there are 5 enemy heroes nearby, that's 10 Viraga supplies dropping. Crazy, right? But not crazy enough, and we'll get to the final pro next. 4, and I think the final one, is that you can easily retrieve your Viraga armor after using your ultimate, since it requires exactly 10 supplies to get your armor back thanks to the new mechanic where you absorb all nearby supplies after your ultimate expires. How all of this will get him back to the meta, we'll talk more about later. But for now, let's discuss the only con I see with this patch. Sadly, there's no DPS increase overall. The total damage output is still the same, just spread out more because of the added rotations. So, Xborg is still not going to be a primary damage dealer. That's pretty much the only con I see. If you can point out more pros and cons, let's discuss them in the comment section. I'd love to talk more with you guys. Now, let's move on to the real stuff. How this will bring him back to the meta. If we're talking zoning capabilities, after this update, Xborg will be the most annoying zoning hero you'll ever face. He will no longer be useless after using his ultimate. Instead, he can quickly get his Viraga armor back and continue helping the team. It's like getting unlimited Purify plus Immortality. And I know, this sounds absolutely insane. And almost all Xborg players will agree with me on this. His ultimate was always considered a last resort in every clash. I mean, without his armor, he's pretty much useless. The best you can do in an armorless state is retreat, since you have a 40% damage reduction and no means of escape aside from flicker, which most of the time you already used with your ultimate. So yeah, his present state sucks. Now, imagine in a pro scene where most of the time, team members are sticking close to each other to provide quick assistance and response in case of an ambush. With that in mind, Xborg players will no longer think twice about diving in and using his ultimate first. This is because Viraga supplies will drop quickly during the clash and be absorbed right after, getting his armor back almost instantly. Adding to this is the update on his second skill, which now has a reduced cooldown. If this becomes live, many pro players might consider picking him for crowd control, and this will definitely bring him back into popularity. I'd even say he'll surpass CC, since she's currently the most popular zoning hero right now. If this update drops before the Metro Zero skin event, then there is no doubt that we will see Xborg getting picked on the international stage. I'm really happy about this update, but I'd be even happier if Moonton added more escape or ambush potential for him. I mean, look at Granger and Kimmy's overhaul, right? Now Kimmy is showing up in almost all of the pro matches. That's all I have for the upcoming 1.9.84 patch Xborg edition. What do you think? Do you agree that this will bring him back to the meta? Let me know your thoughts below. And as always, don't forget to like the stream so this video reaches more Xborg fans. As always, keep the fire burning. Peace out.